You're getting close to 40 and the word crisis is already sounding in your ears. You're nearing middle age. But, are you condemned to suffer from the dreaded midlife crisis, or can you avoid it? You can't ignore the fact that when you reach middle age you begin to experience changes in your biological development that can have a real psychological impact. The same happens during adolescence, but now it's a different level. You're more aware of your own mortality, you're able to see the wear and tear of the years in your body, and the word retirement is starting to be heard on the horizon. See, the 4 stages of life and crisis. This is when a great crisis can occur, in which you want to relive those forgotten years from your youth. Society has a lot to do with this crisis. Who put it into your mind that at 40 your life would be over? Who has triggered those episodes of anxiety that appear every time you approach another birthday? Our society, so based on deceptive advertising, makes people always desire an eternal youth. This is a youth that can't be sustained, however, because you would lose the maturity, the personal growth that you've experienced throughout your life. But suddenly when you turn 40 those things don't matter at all. Boom. Something explodes and everything gets out of hand. It's no small issue that some people go through this crisis and others do not. The difference lies in the importance that you give to advancing age, to how well you accept yourself and your own body. Discover how we age by gender. Accept change. It's important to admit that there is a change. When you reach 40 you don't have the same body you did when you were 20, but so what? Nothing has happened. You can't be eternally young. Nevertheless, it's a sad realization and you may resist accepting the truth. If you have very young children, you might be confused with their grandparents, instead of their parents. If they're already teenagers, on the other hand, they might be embarrassed to go out for a walk with you, in case their friends see them. These kinds of situations can all undermine your self-esteem until it collapses every time you look in the mirror and reject the person looking back at you. It's nothing specific that's wrong with you. Instead, it is society that tells you what is desirable, what is perfect, what is right. Don't forget that nearly everything you see on television, in magazines, or in advertising has been touched up. It's not real, it's a fiction. So why not start seeing the good things that come with middle age, and say goodbye to the much feared crisis of your 40s. Maturity, a stage to enjoy. Maturity is a stage in your life to enjoy without letting yourself be carried away by insecurities that lead to a crisis. This may be the type of crisis where you start spending money you don't have, fracturing relationships, and doing crazy things because your feet aren't touching the ground. This is a period that you should take joy in. You might already have an important professional career, dedicating yourself to the things you like, and having some economic stability. When it comes to relationships, you've probably learned a lot and possibly even had children. Now they might be older, or maybe you've just decided to start a family. Regardless, everything has its benefits. If your children are older, you have more time for yourself to enjoy without having to change diapers or endure sleepless nights. If they're very small, you'll be calmer now that you're more grown up and have more stability. Overall, reaching middle age has a lot of great aspects. Just like the other stages in life, spiraling into a crisis or not is a purely psychological decision. If you don't let the years weigh you down and you smile for being alive every time you blow out the candles, you might never know what it's like to reach a midlife crisis. It's more of a matter of attitude. This new stage that awaits. Emotional hunger. Why people eat their emotions. We don't just eat food. Sometimes, we also eat our emotions. We ingest them in a compulsive way, in an outburst to express something that we have been repressing. This is called emotional hunger.